You know, once in a while, the fates align to hit you over the head like there's something you must do. And today is one such moment. I've been trying to figure out what to do with my channel for a while now. I posted a couple of game videos, and I was thinking of, okay, do I do a PG show where I can talk about everything I want to talk about? It's harder when it's just one person, just having a conversation, sharing their thoughts. When you have two people or three, like, back and forth, it's more exciting. But when you have just one person just like basically blabbering on for quite some time, it could become boring, especially if that person is not particularly interesting. I don't fall into that camp, but whatever. Anyway, whatever camp I fall into, it doesn't matter, because I felt like, all right, I probably just have to bite the bullet one day and just do a show. But this morning, I shit you not, it's like the fates align, right? Like, the first thing, I just got this sweet art book. Right now I'm playing, just want to make sure it's not glaring. Yep. I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. You can check out my stream on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/popculturegalaxy, where I'm streaming this game. And then once in a while I stream with Zach, my streaming partner, and he's doing the early content. I'm actually up to Shadowbringers right now. It's pretty good. So I got this, and then today the website for Final Fantasy 16 launched. And what does this have to do with Final Fantasy 16 other than they're both Final Fantasy? Well, Final Fantasy 16 is being produced by Nakia Yoshida, who is the producer-director of this. He's producing Final Fantasy 16. Not the director, but he's pretty much a part of the creative force behind that. So it was just those... Wow, it's a strange coincidence. Or was it fate? So I was starting to read the website, and I realized I'm doing it out of a lot. I really should be doing it on a video, making a video about it. Now, instead of like reading everything and then sort of doing a video and kind of regurgitating, I figured, why not just do it together, right? So without further ado, I heads up, I did start reading this already. However, I didn't finish it, so it's so far what I've read is pretty interesting. So let's just start from the world that it says right here. Every Final Fantasy has its world, and brand new world. It was Gaia in 7, Ivalice in 12, Spira in 10. See if I can remember any other ones. Eorzea in 14, Vanadil, FF11 fans, please don't crucify me. I played that game for like a millisecond, so I think it's Vanadil in 11. Other one I can remember, I didn't play 6, so I can tell you what's the line on that one. But yeah, music stop. Let me loop that some bitch. But yeah, why is the loop off? Doing this thing live, people. Anyway, what was I saying? All right, so each Final Fantasy has its own world, land, and this one is no different. So the world in question, they finally got a name. It's so beautiful. This is obviously concept art, but it's pretty much representative of what we'll see in this game, which I think is coming out way sooner than people think. That Yoshi P guy, man, he's a trickster. So he might talk about how this game is ways off. It might be, but I think it's pretty close to being released, to be honest. So now, how do you pronounce this thing? Okay, so this is the world. I think, because it's not been said yet, I think it's pronounced Valithia and not Valithia, because it's just like, why by the way, they should just take the goddamn S out, but whatever. But I think it's actually pronounced Valithia, but I could be wrong. It might be Valithia. It's just weird, Valithia. just call it Vilifia, right? Anyway, says right here, a land. Make sure you can see it. A land blessed in the light of the mother crystals. Now, I think these are supposed to be the crystals. You probably can't see my mouse. It's not picking up on OBS, but whatever. Wait, can I change that? I think I should be able to change that. Capture cursor. It says there. So, whatever. The mountains. Yeah, you can see it there. Yeah, all above there. Yeah. These look like crystals. You'd think it's snowy mountains, but I think it's supposed to be crystals. So it's like the land is surrounded by these mountainous crystals called mother crystals. So, glittering mountains of crystals that tower over the realms around them, blessing them with aether. Now, aether, I can't recall at the top of my head if they ever used this term aether in any other Final Fantasy other than 14. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I'm an FF fan, but I will not claim that I've played every single one of them, right? I've played most, not beaten all of them. But I can safely say that I've played most Final Fantasy. I'm currently playing through 12 and 4 right now. 4, I think I'm almost done. 12, who knows where I'm at in that game. For generations, people have flocked to these beacons to take advantage of their blessing, using the aether to conjure magics that let them live lives of comfort and plenty. Forgive the heater's turning on, so it's you're probably hearing that thing right now. If you're not, good. Great powers have grown up around these mother crystals, and an uneasy peace has long reigned between them. Yet now the peace falters as the spread of the blight threatens to destroy their dominion. Sounds a lot like Dragon Age Origins, and also Final Fantasy 15. Anyone? But whatever. This, blight has been around. Blight concept has been around in a lot of medium, so it's not anything new. But I'm not gonna knock it. Okay, so icons. Now, icons. This term also shows up in FF14. They're primarily known as primals in FF14, but I think the Guardians, the bad guys, call them icons. Which someone mentioned to me, I was like, I've never heard them call them icons, but until I reached later, I think the later expansions, they may have called them icons before, but I just didn't pay attention. But it was later, in a later expansion, that I heard them actually calling them the summons, basically icons. They called Aeons in FF10, summons obviously in 7, Guardian Forces in 8, Espers I think in 6. Are they called Espers in 9 as well? I don't remember. Anyway, they're called icons here. That's like your Ifrits, your Bahamuts, your Shivas, your Titans, etc., etc. Anyway, so icons and their dominance. So this is kind of confirming what everybody pretty much gathered from watching the trailer, is that the icons are the most powerful and deadly creatures in Bolivia. Each resides within a dominant, a single man or woman who is blessed with the ability to call upon their dread power. So basically, they're the summoners. They're like Lady Yuna from FF10, and I think, oh my god, I forgot her name in 9. 9 is another one I haven't completed yet. But like, you have specific characters that are summoned, right? In 8 and in 7. And I think in 12 also, in other games maybe, most of all the characters can summon these beings of power, but for the most part, the summoners are pretty much a job class in other Final Fantasies, and it looks like this one will have that as well, where a specific character is a summon, and not necessarily like any other character can gain these summoners. Even though we may go back to that with the main character, I haven't gotten up to that point. It may or may not let us know what this the main character's abilities are, but he does look a little bit like he possesses powers of each of these summons that we've gathered up. But we'll find it out maybe at the end of this thing, because like I said, I didn't finish reading it because I wanted to do it live instead of trying to regurgitate and remember everything I read. Might as well fucking do it, right? Okay, now where was I? In some nations, these dominants are treated as royalty in admiration of this strength. Makes sense. In others, they are bound in fear of it and forced to serve as weapons of war. Those who are born as dominants cannot escape their fate, however cruel it may be. Now, how do you make somebody who has that much power a servant, right? It's like, really? Okay. Now, these are the realms of Vilithia. I think it's Vilithia. Fight me. No, don't. Please. Okay, so there's how many? There's 6 of them, right? 6 regions, 6 cities or kingdoms. Should have just made it one more and call it the 7 kingdoms, right? No. It's not. Let's not go there. Alright, so now, first one, I think I did get up to these 2 before I decided that I'm just going to record it. And I feel as if this kingdom is sort of the hero kingdom, so to speak. Now, forgive me of my pronunciations because, like, I can read, but there's some words that may seem like, dude, you don't know that word? Come on. So I think this is Duchy. Duchy? The Grand Duchy of Rosario. Correct me in the comment section. Be nice about it if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Long ago, a group of small independent provinces in western Vilithia found strength in unity and formed the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. After years of relative prosperity, the duchy now finds itself threatened by the spread of the Blight. A threat that, left unchecked, would doubtless usher the realm to ruin. Rosaria draws its ether from Drake's Breath. Okay, pay attention to this. Drake's Breath, a mother crystal situated on a volcanic island off the coast. The dominant of the Phoenix, icon of fire, is enthroned as Archduke when they come of age. Now, obviously, you're talking about Joshua here. Joshua, I guess, is next in line to become Archduke. His father is the current Archduke, which from the trailer looks like he gets beheaded, so he's not long for this world. But their main character, the protagonist, is protecting this kid, again, from what little we can glean from the trailer. So that's why I'm coming to the conclusion that this is the sort of oh, there's a mouse. Why didn't I see it first? I mean, whatever. This is the hero city of the game, and it's under, I guess, at some point in the game it goes under invasion from a neighboring kingdom. We don't know which kingdom it is. We'll probably find out if I read a little bit more to kind of gleam. They got some redacted here. Whatever, man. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the first city, which I think is the hero city. Then we have the Holy Empire of Sandbrick. Now, I think this is the villain city. I think this is the main villain city right here. Maybe. Okay, Sandbrick is the largest theocratic force in Vilithia. Now, full disclosure, I read this, I was like, what does that mean, right? And I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's a kingdom ruled by, their religious figure. And I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, theology. Oh, duh, Mark. But yeah, so pretty much this sounds like, oh, well, let me finish reading. The Empire's holy capital of Oriflame is built around Drake's head. Okay, so this is Drake's breath, and this is Drake's head. So I'm sensing a dragon theme here. The mother crystal that is blessed with the surrounding provinces with abundant aether. The people happily take advantage of this, living in comfort and security under the watchful gaze of the Holy Emperor, whom they worship as the living incarnation of the one true deity, the dominant of Okay, so it's redacted. Serves as the Empire's champion, taking to the fields in times of war to rout its enemy. To root its enemy. I sometimes say root, whatever. So this hero, this champion, could it be a villain? Or is this another sort of anti-hero, kind of like Kane Highwind from Final Fantasy IV? Could be. Okay, so next kingdom, the kingdom of Waloed. Waloed claims the entire. So I've never read this one. I read these two, so this is new right here. This is gonna be a long video. Who gives a shit? Waloed claims the entirety of Ash, the eastern half of Valithia, as its dominion. The kingdom's control of the continent has oft been tested by the orcs and their beastmen who make their home there. But the current ruler of the realm, dominant of... So dominant... So this is Phoenix, the dominant Phoenix. This could be Shiva or Titan, which we saw in the trailer. Has succeeded in quelling their rebellion. Using the power of the kingdom's mother crystal, Drake's spine, another, so I think Drake is a dragon, probably like a dragon that was eons ago and died and just formed the crystal, maybe. This new king has built up a mighty army, which he now seeks to test the borders of his neighbors. Ooh, now they kind of sound villainous. Okay. The Dalmatian Republic. Any town kingdom with republic probably is good, right? You know, they believe in reinstating a new king every 4 or 8 years. Maybe. The Dalmatian Republic is made up of 5 states, from which the members of its ruling parliament are drawn. Its mother crystal, Drake's Fang, is half hidden in the heart of a mountain range. The Republic's control over it and its aether, securing the obedience of the large part of the southern Valithia. The dominant of Titan. Oh, okay, so we named this one. So these other two aren't named. I bet you this is Bahamut right here. And this is probably... which someone we haven't seen. I'll get back to that. Anyway, so this is a Titan, which you saw in the trailer. Icon of Earth is installed as a special advisor to Parliament and has a significant say in its decision making. Okay, so this is one of the kingdoms that allow their dominance to be in a higher position and not necessarily in technically they're in servitude, but not like chained servitude. It's more like, yeah, you have a high position, you're not the king. Wait, so let me go back for a second here. So this one, obviously, their dominant is the ruler. Joshua will become the ruler of Rosaria. The empire here, the dominant of blank serves as the empire's champion. Okay, so the dominant of the Sandbrick, is not a ruler, but serves as a servant and is a champion. So he may or may not be living in squalor, depending on how they treat their soldiers, their warriors. In this one, the current ruler of the realm, dominant. Okay, so the ruler of this kingdom is a dominant. So ruler is a dominant. Well, the sun is a dominant. I don't know if the current archbishop here is a dominant. But in any case, the dominants are in positions of power in these two, while this is a servant. This one is a servant in that he's an advisor, special advisor. A little bit prettier title, but advisor nonetheless. The Iron Kingdom, a small group of islands off the coast of Storm, the western half of the Valithia twin realms. Here, the crystalline Orthodox an extreme faith, also another faith-driven kingdom, worship crystal reigns supreme. The Iron Kingdom controls Drake's breath, the mother crystal that sits at the heart of their island. Long a source of tension with neighboring Rosaria. Okay, so these two are... Sorry. Damn it, stop. This and this kingdom are at war. Okay, interesting. Mother crystal that sits in the heart of their island, long a source of contention with the neighbor of Rosaria. Isolated and aloof from the mainland nations, the Iron Blood speak their own language. Orthodox doctrine judges dominance to be unholy abominations, and any unlucky enough to be born are executed. So we don't even know what icon this kingdom has. Interesting. Okay, so the crystalline dominion sits at the heart of Valithia, built around the tallest of all the mother crystals, Drake's tail. Many bloody battles were fought for control of this small plot of land due to its strategic importance, till the warring realm finally agreed to an armistice. As part of the peace treaty, the island around Drake's tail became an autonomous dominion led by a council of representatives from the surrounding nations. Each realm enjoy equal claim to Mother Crystal's blessings. No dominant makes their home there. So this has no dominant. I suspect that won't be for long. So this is basically Switzerland, I guess, of this entire... so this is the world. Characters? Do we have anything for characters? Ooh, we do, folks, we do. Okay, so obviously this is the main protagonist, Clive Rossfield. Rossfield, not Rose. There's no E. Rossfield, the firstborn son of the Archduke of Rosaria. Okay, so he is in fact Joshua's brother, but wait. Okay. The firstborn son of Archduke of Rosaria. Though all expected him to inherit the Phoenix's flame and awaken as its dominant, destiny instead chose his younger brother Joshua to bear the burden. In search of a role of his own, Clive dedicated himself to mastering the blade. His practice pays off when at just 15 years of age, he wins the ducal tournament and is dubbed the first shield of Rosaria, tasked to guard the Phoenix and blessed with the ability to wield part of its fire. Okay, that's why he has the flame wing stuff. But then he also has different abilities as well. Alas, Clive's promising career is to end in tragedy at the hands of a mysterious dark icon, Ifrit, setting him on a dangerous road to revenge. Okay, so who's the dominant of Ifrit? That's the question. Joshua Rossfield, the second son of the Archduke of Rosaria and Clive's younger brother by 5 years. Joshua awoke as dominant of the Phoenix soon after his birth. Despite his noble upbringing, Joshua treats all his father's subjects with warmth and affection. None more so than Clive, whom he deeply admires. Joshua often laments that it was he, the frail and bookish younger son, who was granted command of the Firebird's flames and not his stronger, braver brother. While Clive still will gladly throw himself into any danger, Joshua quails at the sight of carrots on his dinner plate. But carrots become the least of his concern when he too is swept up into the tragic events that changes Clive's life forever. So he doesn't die. So he could be a party member. He could be the red mage or healer of the party, hopefully. We haven't seen any other fighter other than Clive, or have we? We'll find out. Born in the fallen northern territories, Jill was taken from her homeland at a tender age to become a ward of Rosaria, securing peace between the two warring nations. Kind of like Game of Thrones, right? The Archduke insisted that. So this lends credence to the fact that a lot of FF14 that feels so Game of Thrones, like I forgot who mentioned it. I don't know if it was Maximilian dude? No, it was Tim Rogers, who says he has friends over there, over at Square Enix, who all say they are huge fans of the Game of Thrones series. I don't know if the books also entail that as well. I'm sure it does. And you can tell by some of the things that happen in 14 that it's very Game of Thronesian, and I'm sure that the creative team that is also on this, a lot of stuff is carryover as well, including her. She's like Theon, right? Basically, Theon was like a ward of Winterfell, so they could stop the war between what's this fucking place? Shit. Winterfell and somebody in comments has to drop where Theon's from again. Maybe I'm just blocking that out in my head, but yeah. So it's the same thing. The Archduke insisted that she is raised along with his sons, and now at 12 years of age, she is much a part of Rossfield's household as Clive and Joshua. Ever kind and gracious and unassuming, Jill has become a trusted confidant to the brothers. Now, will she betray the family like Theon did? Oh, that's it? Oh, man. So we only get the 3 so far, which we've seen in the trailer. I think we'll probably get more as go, but that seems to be everything we've gotten. Video is 26 minutes long. I enjoyed this. We found out the world. So to backtrack, Valithia is the world. I think it's Valithia, even though it might be pronounced Valithia. It's just Valithia rolls off the tongue better. And there's 6 realms. There's Rosaria, Sandbrick, Wallowed, the Dalmacian Republic, Iron Kingdom, and Crystalline Dominion. And this one doesn't have a dominant. This one has a dominant that is anytime a dominant is born, they fucking kill that person. This one is ruled. Oh no, this one, the servant is a special advisor. The dominant is a special advisor, and it's dominant of Titan. So one of these is Shiva, because they mentioned Titan here. It's pretty interesting. Why would they revealed right off the bat that this is the dominant of Titan? And this one was too obvious. They had to reveal it. We know Joshua is the dominant of Phoenix, but these 2 are hidden. One of them has to be Shiva, and one of them I think is Bahamut, because it can't be a Final Fantasy game without Bahamut. Right, so one of these are Bahamut. But interesting recap: 6 nations, each with its own sort of. Well, one is apparently like each of these stake a little bit. Well, they don't claim it, but they have at least equal. Yeah, they do. Each realm enjoying equal claim to the Mother Crystal's blessing, the blessing of this here Drake's tale. And Drake, we don't know what Drake is, but Drake sounds like an ancient dragon that somehow died or whatever and became crystallized. And then we've revealed the 3 characters. We finally have the name of a main character, which is Clive Rossfield, his brother Joshua Rossfield, and their ward Jill Warwick. And that's that. I'm sure we'll be getting more as the time passes, as we draw closer to the release of this game. But sounds pretty exciting, I gotta say, and I cannot wait to play this freaking game. But anyway, thank you for I guess joining me on this small little journey of discovering what Final Fantasy 16 is about. I'm sure this game is gonna be amazing. If 14 is as good as it is, and it's an MMO, which is much more difficult to develop for, crafting a good Final Fantasy story within a world where every, it's a massive amounts of players online. So to give a good Final Fantasy story while also pleasing people who are in it for the communal experience, it's a very hard task. So imagine this creative team focusing on a single player game. It must be, it probably will turn out to be one of the greatest cross fingers, Final Fantasy games to be released since, I don't know, 7, 10, you name your favorite Final Fantasy since that, right? I'm still trying to decide which one is my favorite. Each of them have their own uniqueness to them. Even 15, like 15, what 15 is right now, is actually a great game right now in its current form. Not when it was just released. I kind of wish they would sort of like, all right, you know what? If you have the entire episodes, just implement it in within the game instead of having to come out, exit the game, and then jump into the episodes. But whatever. It's what's past is past. So we're looking to the future, and 16 and 7 Remake 2 is it, baby. And if you reach it this far in the video, drop a comment down below. Tell me how hyped you are for this game. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you can know when I drop new videos, because I'm planning to be dropping videos quite often now that I have my groove back. This whole thing just really, set me ablaze, and I'm thankful for it, and look forward to more content coming from Pop Culture Galaxy in the future. So until next time, folks, I want to say peace.